Hello, my name is Danielle. I am 20 years old and I am a practical ministry major. I'm taking 6 classes online for this semester, and probably next semester I'm gonna go back to face. But for my speech today, I want to talk about not so much how I became a Christian, because I was raised my whole entire life in church. So I don't really remember how I became a Christian in itself. I guess I was just born into it. But I do remember when God called me to ministry. So I just gonna start talking about that. Whenever I was in my my freshman year of college, I really thought that God wanted me, and I really thought that I wanted, that this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a doctor, and I really thought that that's what God wanted for my life also. But I was so much in it. It was so much for myself. I wanted to be a doctor because of the position. I wanted to be a doctor because of the money. I wanted to be a doctor because it was prestigious and I would look proper and it would make me, more important or whatever. That's what I wanted for my life. Those were the things that I was chasing. And God really stopped me that summer from my freshman year to my sophomore year, in a moment in my life where I really wasn't having a relationship with God. I really wasn't having that back and forth connection with God. At the moment, yes, I went to church. I raised my hands. I went to church every Sunday. It was something that I did all the time. But I did not have that relationship, that connection with God at the moment. Now, that very low moment, that very same day, very same night, I sat in my car and I just felt unworthy. I just felt like I had hit rock bottom. I felt like this is where I was not supposed to be. And at that moment, I started praying to God, and I was like, God, I know that my identity is not in this. I know that I was not called to this, God. I know that you do not see me this way. And at that moment, the following days and the following weeks and months, I just started seeking God. I had this hunger for him. I genuinely hunger for him. I started reading my Bible. I started listening to messages after messages. I listened to Michael Todd. I listened to everything that I could think of and see, because I really was very hungry for that. And as I started listening, I also started going to a community. I had a community of people around me at church. So I started participating in young adults. I started participating in students, and I started just becoming a leader in these areas of ministry. And God put a burden in me, very, very strong, for lost people, for people who don't know Jesus, who don't have a relationship, or people that do know Jesus but don't have that same relationship that I was having with him at the moment, because I saw that he was really what I needed. He was really what was going to fill me up, who was going to fill my confidence up, who was going to fill that void in my life that most of us have up. I started seeing that God can do that. So at the moment, I just started having that burden, and I kept on going, and I was like, God, why do I have this burden? I talked to my pastor. I was like, hey, I have this big burden. What can I do? How can I start? Is there something that I can do? Because I just felt an urgency to do something. And I started feeling this weight on my shoulders with school. I started feeling like I am not supposed to be here. Like, what's going on? I just felt very strange about my day-to-day and this place where I was in. Was that the place where I was supposed to be? Probably at the moment. Was it where God wanted me and what God wanted me to do for the rest of my life? Nah. And that's where it changed. And God started calling me to ministry. And I sat on my car probably a weekend. I think it was still for fall semester, and I was like, okay, if you don't want me to keep on going. I dropped from 2 of my classes. I didn't finish them because I was like, I don't want to do this. And I went to my car, went to Southeastern to find out more about it. And before stepping into Southeastern, I was like, God, please give me peace about what I'm just about to do. Please give me peace about this decision. Just find a way of taking this off my shoulder, make sure that everything goes smoothly. And from the beginning that I stepped foot on campus, everybody, I had what was lost, somebody helped me find the office. Like, everything went so smoothly that I was like, God, this is of you. You want me to be here. And I had a peace about it, and I just felt like a very joyful moment right there. And from there on, I've just been really serving God. I've just been serving God in ministry. I've been, keep looking for him, keep studying his word, keep studying my classes, and I've been really truly growing in my classes and enjoying my classes and my professors. I would say that this is where God wants me, and I feel like complete peace about this. There's no doubt. There's always doubt because we're human, but there's no doubt that I would say, yeah, God doesn't want me here. So I would just encourage anybody who feels that way, that the best thing is to start having that relationship with God, start having that one-on-one, that back and forth, because God does speak. He does speak back. He is faithful. He's always there, and he will always answer our needs. So that's my speech for today, and that's how I just wanted to tell you a little bit about myself with that and how I got to ministry. So I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one.